Welcome. I'm your host Zane Morris, and this is The Great Burnout, a documentary series exploring the topic of mental and physical burnout in the Japanese manga industry. Manga, a style of Japanese comic book and graphic novel, has become a worldwide phenomenon over the past century and has captivated millions of readers across the globe, with popularity soaring as accessibility to the medium has increased over the years. But behind the colourful panels and exciting stories lies an industry that is grappling with a serious issue: burnout. Whilst it can be said that most of the creative arts suffer from strict deadlines at the point when you're no longer creating from a place of independent passion, manga creators, otherwise known as mangaka, work under intense pressure to meet strict deadlines and deliver high-quality content, often with a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly deadline schedule for their publishers. The grueling workload, coupled with the need to constantly innovate and come up with fresh ideas, as well as the competitive nature of the industry and the societal expectations placed on mangaka, all of it can take its toll on their physical and mental health. In recent years, there have been several high-profile cases of mangaka suffering from burnout, only really taking a break at the point where their body forces them to. These breaks tend to turn into extended hiatuses, and in some of the worst-case scenarios, has even led to death of the artist. In this series, we'll explore the industry, its rich history, and the various factors that contribute to burnout in the industry. We'll also seek to hear from industry insiders, including mangaka, animation companies, editors, and publishers, as they share their perspective on the issue and offer insights into how the industry is responding to the problem. Join us as we delve into the world of manga and shine a light on the realities of the industry that many fans may not be aware of. Overview of the manga industry, Part 1. Manga, a term that refers to Japanese comics or graphic novels, has had a significant impact on the global entertainment industry. In order for you to understand the pressures and state of healthcare within the manga industry, I think it's important to first shed some light on its history and the structure of the industry for those who may not know anything about it. The journey of the manga industry is a fascinating journey that spans several decades and is deeply rooted in the movement of Japanese culture. Here's a brief overview of the history of the manga industry to bring you up to speed. Early origins, late 19th century, early 20th. The roots of manga can be traced back to the late 19th century with the introduction of Western-style comic strips known as kibyoushi and caricatures. Artists like Katsushika Hakusai and Rakuten Kitazawa played a crucial role in popularizing the form. The first manga magazine, Ishiban Nipponchi, was published in 1874, featuring satirical and political cartoons. Pre-war and World War II era, 1920s to 1940s. Manga continued to evolve and diversify during this period, with the emergence of various genres such as adventure, romance, and science fiction. Osamu Tezuka, often referred to as the god of manga, rose to prominence during this time, with works like New Treasure Island, and perhaps most notable to the Western world, his series Astro Boy. Tezuka's storytelling techniques and iconic character designs have had a lasting impact on the industry, stretching to present day, with the most recent release from the world of Astro Boy universe being a reimagination under the name of Pluto that released on Netflix in 2023. Post-war era, 1950s to 1960s. The manga industry experienced a significant boom in the post-war era. Manga magazines, known as rental manga, became popular, providing serialized stories at an affordable price. Tezuka's Princess Knight started in 1953 and introduced elements of shoujo manga, or girls manga, to the medium, targeting a female audience. Shonen manga, or boys manga, also gained popularity during this time, with titles like Shonen King and Shonen Club. Modernization and diversification, the 1970s to the 1990s. The manga industry saw further expansion and diversification during the period of the 1970s to the 1990s. Weekly Shonen Jump launched in 1968 and became a prominent magazine, becoming the publication home of many series that would be the West's first introduction to the medium. Iconic manga series such as Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto would later all be featured in this publication, but for now, it would be series like Kochira Katsushika, commonly known as Kochikame, created by Osamu Akimoto, that would be the star of the magazine. Kochikame is a long-running manga series that continued its serialization in the Weekly Shonen Jump for an impressive 40 years, finally concluding in 2016. The series focuses on a police officer in downtown Tokyo. Renowned for its humor and longevity, it has been continuously published since 1976, earning a Guinness World Record for the longest running series in a youth magazine. The 80s also saw the rise of several popular manga series in Shonen Jump. The artists responsible were popular in the 80s, but have also left a lasting impact on the manga industry. Akira Toriyama released Dr. Slump in 1980, and it ran until 1984. This series is set in Penguin Village and follows the adventures of a main character named Arale. It was extremely popular among children and spanned 18 volumes, with the 6th volume setting a record for first run printing sales. The first run printing of the 6th volume saw the record setting 2.2 million copies, and was the first edition to break 2 million copies. If you recognise the character but have never seen the show, I wouldn't be surprised. The main character Arale has had a few cameos over the series' history. Akira's follow-up series Dragon Ball started in 1984 and ran until 1994. The series, inspired by the classical Chinese tale Journey to the West, became a massive worldwide hit and is also known for its engaging stories and memorable characters. This is the series that most Westerners, myself included, would have first experienced with its run on cable channels like Cartoon Network and Toonami. Toriyama became world-renowned for his many contributions to various forms of pop culture, from manga to anime to gaming. Captain Tsubasa was another key manga of this period, in publication between 1981 and 1988. The series, by Yoichi Takahashi, follows the dreams of Tsubasa Ozora to become a professional football player, or soccer outside of my home, the UK. It was one of the first sports-based anime to gain global popularity and influence many football players worldwide. The series is known for its dramatic portrayal of the sport, and has inspired many players, some of whom have publicly acknowledged this impact on their careers. Lionel Messi, the Argentinian star, widely regarded as one of the greatest football players of all time, has mentioned in interviews that he was a fan of Captain Tsubasa as a child. He credits the series for sparking his love of football. The Brazilian forward, Alexandre Pato, has also expressed his fondness for Captain Tsubasa. He grew up watching this series and was inspired by the passion and skills displayed on the show. The Spanish striker, Fernando Torres, known for his time at clubs like Liverpool and Madrid, has openly discussed how Captain Tsubasa influenced his early interest in football. He was particularly drawn to the character of Tsubasa Ozora. Zidane, the French legend and former Real Madrid manager, known for his elegance on the pitch, has mentioned his admiration for Captain Tsubasa as well. He appreciated the creativity and the imaginative portrayal of the game. Hirohiko Araki's JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is another series first released during the late 1980s. It's seen a more recent animated reimagining with its 2012 animated run. Araki's manga spans across 9 parts and is still ongoing, making it Shueisa's longest running manga. Beginning publication in 1987 and running till present day, its chapters are collected in 132 tankobon volumes as of August 2023. Each chapter focuses on a different member of the Joestar family, spanning generations of the family and increasingly combining superhuman fighting with the changing main character skills and wits as the series parts have progressed. Towards the end of the 90s, another worldwide hit began, One Piece. This series by Ichiro Oda has become one of the top-selling manga, following the adventures of the pirate named Luffy and his crew. Both the anime and manga are still running presently, and Oda's run has been a staple of many anime lovers with over 1,100 episodes, and for many readers too, with over 1,100 manga chapters currently available. It continues to stand out for its combination of adventure, humour, and its unique characters, with a sense of progression and growth for nearly every character within the story. Netflix has made a great effort to bring this series to the West. They recently released a live-action series, have confirmed Series 2 is on the way, and on top of that have added over 1,000 episodes to the platform for fans to watch. The series I've mentioned are but a small fragment of manga that have left a lasting impact on the manga industry, influencing countless readers and artists globally. The 1980s and 90s also saw the rise of adult-orientated manga, known as seinen manga, exploring mature themes and targeting older readers. The manga industry expanded globally, with translations and adaptations reaching international audiences. Perhaps most recognizable of this genre to the Western audience is Akira, by Katsuhiro Otomo. The manga explores themes of unchecked power, political intrigue, and the consequences of nuclear and psychic warfare, with underlying themes of corruption and societal rebirth. Set in a post-apocalyptic Neo-Tokyo, this masterpiece weaves a tale of friendship, power, and the consequence of unchecked ambition. Its breathtaking art and compelling narrative not only set the standard for cyberpunk, but also influenced countless works in and outside of Japan. The anime movie was released in 1991, leading to a global audience, and subsequently many references within other pop culture media. A famous scene where Kaneda is sliding his motorcycle, which is one of the most iconic images from the manga, is one such scene, and has been honoured in over 50 different visual mediums over the past 3 decades. Another favourite of this period is Appleseed, created by Masamune Shirow. This series transports us to a utopian yet troubled world. Through the eyes of Dean and Newt, we explore themes of technology, governance and humanity, whilst highlighting thoughts around the technological advancements and anxieties of the real world at the time. The manga features robotics, artificial intelligence and biotechnology. The city of Olympus is portrayed as a technologically advanced utopia, managed by these technologies, including bioroids, genetically engineered beings. In the real world, the 1980s were a period of significant technological growth, characterized by the rise of personal computing, the beginning of the internet, then known as the ARPANET, and advancement in biotechnology. These innovations brought both excitement and anxiety about the future implications of technology on society, mirroring the manga's exploration of technological integration and its potential to both uplift and control society. Shirow's detailed world building and thought-provoking narrative invite us to reflect on our own society trajectory. Moving to a different tone, Mason Ikoku by Rumiko Takahashi offers a heartwarming look into the lives of residents at a boarding house. At its core, this is a story about love, growth, and the everyday struggles that bring us together. With its charming characters and relatable situations, Mason Ikoku reminds us of the beauty in the mundane. Fist of the North Star by Boronson and Tetsuo Hara drops us into a post-nuclear war landscape where the strong prey on the weak. The protagonist Kenshiro uses his martial arts for justice, embodying the timeless struggle between good and evil. Its dramatic storytelling and iconic art have left a lasting legacy. The manga became iconic for its catchphrases and memorable scenes, particularly Kenshiro's famous line, "You're already dead." The exaggerated muscularity and dynamic action scenes in Fist of the North Star have influenced countless shonen manga. Series like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures by Araki exhibit a clear inspiration in their character design and dramatic storytelling styles. Tetsuo Hara also worked on the artwork for Cyber Blue, released in 1988. A manga written by Bob, it's a sci-fi story set in a dystopian future. While not as closely associated with Boronson, it shares thematic elements with their joint works, emphasizing a post-apocalyptic setting and the struggle for survival. The main character is named Blue, and he pretty much is Kenshiro if he became the Terminator instead of a Hokuto Shinken user. Overall, it's a fun series that many people don't know about, so check it out. Crying Freeman by Kazuo Koike and Roichi Ikegami introduces us to Yo Hinomura, an unwilling assassin with a heart. Each kill brings him tears of regret, adding layers of depth to a genre often dominated by actions. This manga delves deep into the psyche of his characters, exploring themes of freedom, guilt, and redemption. There was also a live-action movie based on it, released in 1995. Dominion by Masamune Shirow presents a satirical take on a dystopian world plagued by pollution and political corruption. With its quirky characters and a unique blend of humour and environmental commentary, Dominion challenges us to think about the impact our actions has on the world around us. These titles are just a glimpse into the rich tapestry of seinen manga from the 80s. Each work, with its unique storytelling and artistic styles, has contributed to the evolution of manga and its global appeal. As we look back on these classics, we're reminded the power of storytelling and the universal themes that connect us all. Digital era, global influence, 2000s to the present. Imagine a world suddenly connected in ways previously unimaginable, where the advent of the internet and groundbreaking digital technologies have sparked a revolution within the venerable realms of manga. This era saw online platforms emerge and scanlation communities, dedicated groups that focus on translating scanned manga, flourish, allowing fans from every corner of the globe to access, share, and revel in the rich tapestry of manga storytelling. As the popularity of manga surged to unprecedented heights, it transcended the pages to inspire even more anime, and even live-action films, further fueling manga's influence across cultures and countries. In our pockets and at our fingertips, digital manga platforms and e-readers had risen, offering fans convenient and immediate access to a plethora of titles. The industry, resilient and ever-evolving, continued to thrive, enchanting us with diverse genres, innovative storytelling techniques, and an unwavering dedication from its fan base worldwide. It's crucial to acknowledge that this overview, whilst comprehensive, merely sketches the general outline of manga's illustrious history. The industry's rich narrative is woven with the threads of numerous influential artists, pioneering publishers, and landmark events that have collectively shaped its development over the years. Part 2. Understanding the manga industry, the route to becoming a published manga artist. In order to understand some of the pressures that a published mangaka would face, I think it's important to understand how the industry operates, and the route one would generally follow. Becoming a published manga artist involves a combination of honing your skills, developing your storytelling abilities, building a portfolio, networking with industry professionals like agents and publishers, and actively seeking out opportunities such as competitions to showcase your work. As with any career based on creativity, it usually begins with a genuine passion for manga and a desire to immerse yourself in the medium. Reading a wide range of manga from various genres and studying the art styles, paneling techniques, and storytelling methods employed by different artists is a good way to help establish one's own style. This leads to a period of improving your artistic skills. Deadlines are going to become commonplace, so focusing on anatomy, perspective, character design, and other fundamental aspects of manga can help make meeting them a little easier. Consistently practicing drawing to refine your artistic abilities can be seen as a necessary quest line for career longevity. Next is arguably the most important step, and that's creating original work. A mangaka will develop their own manga and stories, usually starting by creating short stories or one-shot manga to showcase their storytelling capabilities. This is also an experimental phase, where artists will try different genres and art styles to see what sticks with finding their unique voice as an artist, continually seeking feedback from peers, instructors, or online communities to improve their work. Series such as Naruto, Death Note, and Bleach all started as one-shots, each with very similar art and stories, but a lot more fleshed out by the time they reached their magazine's weekly serialized publications. What's most important is that through these one-shots, we saw something that could be, and that's what it's all about. An artist will compile their best manga artworks and stories into a professional portfolio to showcase a diverse range of samples that demonstrates versatility and skills. This will serve as a representation of their abilities to potential publishers and editors. After researching manga publishers and magazines that align with the artistic style and genre preferences, portfolio and story proposal work will be submitted. Nowadays, if traditional publishing proves challenging, there's always the route of self-publishing or creating webcomics. Platforms like Tapas, Webtoon, or Comixology offer opportunities to showcase work to a larger online audience, and building a dedicated readership can capture the attention of publishers and increase chances of getting noticed. Most recently, we've seen series like Tower of God, God of High School, and Solo Leveling, all series that started as independent publishing, which have since been animated and seen worldwide recognition. Breaking into the manga industry can be highly competitive, so perseverance, continuous improvement, and a strong work ethic are crucial. One must keep refining their craft, seek feedback, and never stop learning from the work of other successful artists. If your submission is accepted, you'll sign a contract that outlines the terms of your serialization, otherwise known as a publishing deal. To stay serialized, it's important to establish a consistent workflow, maintain a high level of quality in your work, and build a dedicated readership. Pressures once serialized. Once serialized, manga artists often face several pressures that can impact their work and personal lives. Serialized manga typically follows a fixed release schedule with weekly or monthly chapters. Meeting these deadlines consistently can be demanding and stressful, especially when combined with the need to maintain quality. Artists must manage their time effectively, work diligently to ensure timely submissions, and can often struggle with the adjustment to strict deadlines. Workload and time management skills become increasingly important too. Creating regular chapters, including storyboarding, artwork, inking, and dialogue, requires a significant amount of work. Artists may need to handle multiple tasks simultaneously, such as researching, writing scripts, and revising drafts. Proper time management is crucial to handle the workload effectively, and it's not hard to see why many struggle to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Manga often involves interactions with editors and a readership that expects consistent quality and engaging storytelling. Artists must respond to feedback and editorial guidance while still trying to stay true to their creative vision. Balancing artistic expression with the expectations of editors and readers can be challenging. The pressure to continuously produce new chapters can lead to a creative block or burnout. Artists may struggle with generating fresh ideas, finding inspiration, or just feeling exhausted from the demanding schedule. Overcoming creative challenges and maintaining motivation can be mentally and emotionally taxing. Perhaps slightly different in nature to other literary mediums are the ratings that the readership can give towards each chapter in the magazine, which can directly affect the pace and trajectories of stories being told. Sometimes, their artists have to make drastic changes to meet the wants of the readership. Serialized manga is subject to critique and feedback from readers and reviewers, and artists may face scrutiny and judgment regarding their storytelling, character development, art style, or other aspects of their work. Dealing with constant criticism, both constructive and negative, while staying confident and true to your vision can be psychologically challenging. The manga industry is highly competitive. In an age where everyone is referencing something by the sheer amount of entertainment works available to us, artists must somehow continuously produce captivating content to stand out in this market. Staying updated on industry trends, engaging with readers, and consistently improving their skills are crucial to remain competitive in the market. The pressures of serialization can impact the physical and mental health of manga artists. Long working hours, irregular sleep patterns, and stress can lead to fatigue, eye strain, musculoskeletal issues, and other health problems. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle, taking breaks, and seeking support from friends, family, or professionals is essential. Despite these pressures, successful serialized manga artists also enjoy the rewards of their work, including recognition, a dedicated fan base, and the opportunity to tell their stories to a wide audience. Managing the pressures effectively while taking care of their well-being is vital for long-term sustainability and continued success as a serialized manga artist. Managing the pressures effectively while taking care of their well-being is vital for a long-term sustainability and is the only way for continued success as a serialized manga artist. Well, why do most series get cancelled then? There are several reasons why a series may get cancelled before an artist is able to finish their intended storyline. Manga magazines and publishers primarily rely on sales and popularity to sustain an ongoing series. Low popularity or poor sales are especially important in this industry, as publishers closely monitor the popularity and sales figures of each series and make a lot of their decisions based on profitability. If a manga fails to attract a significant readership or generate sufficient sales, the publisher may choose to cancel it to make room for more successful titles. Manga magazines typically feature multiple ongoing series. Editors also have a lot of swing within this industry and could be making reports on progress to their higher-ups internally, leading to a consistent need to work as hard as possible to keep the working relationship alive. Readers' feedback, online discussions, and surveys can influence the decision-making process. Readers and editors expect consistent storytelling and character development. An inability to maintain a compelling narrative, inconsistent quality, or a loss of focus over time can be seen as not meeting these expectations and could be catastrophic for a manga series. If a series fails to engage readers or generate sufficient interest and discussion, it may be considered for cancellation. Sometimes, the author of a manga may choose to discontinue it due to personal reasons. Author-driven cancellations usually include health issues, creative differences, creative burnout, or changes in the author's circumstances that prevent them from continuing the series. In such cases, the decision to cancel the manga may be mutually agreed on between the author and the publisher. As I've mentioned before, market trends add to the competitive nature of the industry and can significantly impact the fate of a series. If a manga fails to align with current popular genres, themes, or art styles, it may face cancellation due to its inability to attract readers in this particular market. A publisher may cancel a series run as a strategic decision too. In some cases, a series may be rebooted or relaunched with a different title or creative direction. Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul RE are one such example of this. Sui Ishida's original Tokyo Ghoul series was followed by Tokyo Ghoul RE, which serves as a direct sequel, but with a different focus. The story continues with some of the same characters, but introduces new dynamics and plot developments, significantly shifting the storyline. Dragon Ball and its follow-up Dragon Ball Z is another notable case of this happening. Originally serialized as Dragon Ball, the series took a new direction and was renamed Dragon Ball Z once it shifted focus from adventure and exploration to more intense fighting and power levels, reflecting a change in both tone and audience. Cardcaptor Sakura and Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card, the beloved series by Clamp, was relaunched years after the original manga ended. This sequel follows the protagonist Sakura in a new phase of her life, with new mysteries and magical cards, although it maintains the same magical girl genre. Another Clamp series that saw a reboot treatment was Sailor Moon, with its follow-up Sailor Moon Eternal Edition. The Eternal Edition is a high-quality, full-colour reprint of Takeuchi's Sailor Moon. It's not a reboot in a narrative sense, but offers a refreshed experience with its updated art and presentation, targeting both new fans and collectors. Nobuhiro Watsuki's Rurouni Kenshin, otherwise known as Samurai X, has also seen a reboot treatment. The new version, titled Rurouni Kenshin Restoration, was meant to align with the live-action film adaptations. It presents an alternate retelling of the original story, with some new elements. I mentioned JoJo's Bizarre Adventure earlier. It really does lend itself to the nature of the industry in the sense that the show is periodically rebooted into different parts, with new protagonists, settings, and plots. Each part has a distinct title like Stardust Crusaders or Diamond is Unbreakable to keep it distinctively separate to the audience, whilst retaining the overarching theme of the Joestar family. With the rise of digital platforms, web manga has become increasingly popular. Whilst the web manga route is a viable option if you don't have a publication deal, it also comes with its own challenges. While web manga series may not face traditional cancellation from publishers, individual creators may choose to discontinue their works for various reasons, from lack of support with creating it, to finances, to simply giving up on a series if they don't feel like it's achieved a desired level of success or engagement. It's important to note that the cancellation of a manga series doesn't necessarily reflect the quality or the talent of the artist. Various external factors and market dynamics can contribute to a series being discontinued. However, successful manga artists often learn from their experiences and use this opportunity to grow and pursue new projects. Manga series that gain popularity and have had dedicated fan base often attract the attention of anime producers and production studios. They assess the manga's market appeal, storytelling potential, and suitability for adaptation into an animated format. Factors such as sales, critical acclaim, and fan demand can influence the decision to pursue an anime adaptation. The process of turning a manga into anime involves several steps and typically requires the involvement of production studios, producers, directors, and animation teams. I could do a whole other episode of the series on the manga to anime pipeline. I will have another video in this series that focuses on the anime industry and the difficulties they face, but for now, let's focus on the manga industry. Further reading and watching, or series that can help you understand the manga industry. If you're interested in a manga that specifically revolves around the manga industry itself, a title I'll definitely recommend is Bakuman. Many moons ago, this was my first insight into the industry and sent me down a wormhole of similar titles. It was the spark that got me to learn more about it in the real world. Bakuman by Sugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata, the duo otherwise known for series like Death Note and more recently Platinum End. This manga series follows the journey of two aspiring manga creators, Moritaka and Akito, as they work towards achieving their dream of becoming successful serialized manga artists. It provides a detailed portrayal of the manga industry, including the creative process, competition, and the challenges faced by aspiring mangaka. It's a great insight into the world of manga creation, publishing, and the lives of manga artists. Similarly, Comic Studio by Aka Akasaka follows the story of Nagi, a young girl who aspires to become a professional manga artist. It explores her journey as she attends a manga school, faces various trials and tribulations, and learns about the realities of the manga industry. Mangaka-san to Assistant-san, or The Comic Artist and His Assistants, by Hiroyuki is a comedic manga that revolves around the life of Yuki Aito, a perverted manga artist, and his interactions with his assistants. It humorously portrays the challenges of working as a manga artist, including deadlines, creative struggles, and the relationships between the artists and their team. Even a Monkey Can Draw Manga, by Koji Aihara and Kentaro Takekuma, is a satirical manga which offers a humorous critique of the manga industry. It pokes fun at various elements of manga creation, storytelling cliches, and the publishing world, while providing insights into the challenges faced by manga artists. Geken Shoujo Nozaki-kun, or Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, by Azumi Tsubaki. Although this one focuses more on the romantic comedy genre, this manga also provides glimpses into the life of popular manga creator Umetaro Nozaki. It humorously depicts his experiences as a manga artist, his interactions with his friends and assistants, and the behind-the-scenes working of creating a manga. These manga titles offer entertaining and informative portrayals of the manga industry, showcasing the passion, creativity, and struggles of any manga artist in the field. They provide a blend of comedy, drama, and insights into the manga creation process, making them enjoyable reads for manga enthusiasts interested in the behind-the-scenes world of manga production. Outside of the manga world, there's also books I'd recommend to learn more about the industry. Manga, The World of Japanese Comic by Frederick L. Schutt explores the history and cultural impact of manga, offering an in-depth analysis of its origins, genre, and influence on global popular culture. He also has a book called Dreamland Japan, Writings on Modern Manga, that examines the manga industry in Japan, including its historical development, cultural significance, and notable creators. Araki, the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, has a book called Manga in Theory and Practice, The Craft of Creating Manga, in which he shares his insights, tips, and creative process in this instructional book. It offers practical advice for aspiring manga artists. The Birth of Modern Manga, The Tezuki Osamu Story, by Tezuka Productions, is a documentary that explores the life and work of Osamu Tezuka, often referred to as the godfather of manga. It sheds light on his impact on the manga industry and his influential storytelling techniques. King of Manga, The Life and Work of Tezuka Osamu by Helen McCarthy, is a biography that offers an in-depth look into the life and career of Osamu Tezuka, discussing his contributions to manga, his creative process, and his enduring legacy. These resources can provide you with valuable insights into the manga industry's history, creative techniques, and cultural impact. Additionally, exploring manga series across various genres and studying the works of influential artists like this can deepen your understanding of the medium.